I've been looking forward to today because today we are going on a tour of Mapperton Wildlands. Mapperton Wildlands is our rewilding project here at Mapperton, where we are handing over roughly half of the estate to nature. Rewilding is the recognition that actually nature does a much better job of managing the land than people if our end goal is to restore biodiversity. And we urgently need to do that. We've lost roughly half our species in the UK since the Industrial Revolution, so really only the last 150 years or so. That's a staggering number. What can we do? Well, rewilding was pioneered by the magnificent Knepp Estate in Sussex, and they've been here, they've helped advise us, and we've come up with a plan for nature recovery here. We're bringing back certain species to do the job of these ancient breeds that are now extinct. So instead of the aurochs, we've got white park cattle. Instead of the tarpon, we've got Exmoor Ponies. Instead of the wild boar, we've got Tamworth pigs, and we mustn't forget the beavers that we've brought back here as well. So we're going to go and visit each of these animals today on this fabulous tour of Mapperton Wildlands. I hope you stay with us, and please remember, like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. Thank you. Hiya Ben.
Hey Luke.
Looks like the pigs have been busy.
Yeah, they've been really busy now. We've got all this rain that we've had in the last couple of weeks, and they're flat out roostling now, which is brilliant.
They are rootling away. So what we can see here is all of this wonderful grass that has been ploughed up by the pigs, because that's what their job is. They are nature's plough, and what they're supposed to be doing here is coming into a field where we've got relatively few species and where we want to improve the biodiversity of the vegetation in particular. And the pigs help us do that because they get their snouts and they rootle and pull up all of this grass, opening it up so that other vegetation can start to take off, but also creating habitat for invertebrates. But this time of year, it's a bit colder.
Bit colder, but it's brilliant because it is giving them a home for the winter as well, so they can actually tuck up in there as well. So it's giving them that bit of heat as well that they need, so somewhere to sort of overwinter. We're only on top of a hill up here, so it's a little bit windy, so it's a bit colder for them. They haven't got anywhere to. They have got a little shelter. They've got a shelter, but they're still sort of more in the elements up here. But.
It's wild, it's natural, and hopefully they are finding food, because one of the things about this field is it's full of docks, and one thing we know about pigs is that they like roots. That's why it's called rootling. And so hopefully they are going up and they are picking out all of the dock roots and doing a job that needs doing, which is to start to control the number of docks that we've got.
Yeah, and with the frost and the winter coming, hopefully they'll earth up those roots, and if there's roots that are exposed, the frost will get in there and kill them off.
It's really a tug of war between flora and fauna, between the vegetation and the animals, and it needs to be kept in balance. And so a key question is how many pigs we want. And Ben, at the moment we've got 5 because we had 3 piglets this year.
Yeah, 3 piglets this year. So I hope to, someday to get maybe a few more.
Well, we will. They will breed. We'll have to bring back a boar. Pigs are the first animal on our tour. Next up, we're going to go see the ponies. Now these are our wonderful 5 Exmoor ponies, including a foal. And you can see that we've got a herd here consisting of...
Yeah, so we got three mares, and then we got one stallion and the foal, which is a young filly.
Look, they're getting quite inquisitive now, aren't they? They think Ben's got some apples. So they've been here for thousands of years, and these are wild ponies, so they are used to being out all year round. And Ben, what's their role in Mapperton Wildlands?
So these guys, we've got our white park, but these guys will graze to a different level. So you can see it hit around here. A lot of the grass is a lot more shorter. They can actually get a lot tighter when they're grazing, whereas compared to the cattle, it's a lot higher level of grazing. At the moment, they're being very selective as well. So especially on the top, where we walk down, we've got quite a lot of thistles, and they're actually eating a lot of the sort of died back thistles from this year as well, which is really nice to sort of see them sort of. So they'll do a mixture of that. They'll also be browsing as well, so they'll be going on all the gorse on all the sort of the bits around here and grazing off that as well. So they're browsing and grazing. Also with their feet, they're sort of puddling as well, so you can sort of see there's a lot of wetter patches here, so we're sort of getting a bit more different ponds and new bits of water being created as well, so there's stagnant water, which is great for invertebrates and insects.
So the Exmoors that we have here, along with the cattle, are mostly responsible for eating all of the ground vegetation, in particular the grasses that we have. And one of the reasons that's important is that if they're not grazing, if we don't have the cattle and the ponies grazing, then certain species will dominate and they will crowd out all of the other species that we might want to see, so that we have a much wider variety of flora. But their dung is also important, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. So these guys, we've had them over here for a while. We'll be moving them over to a fresher patch just as the worm count sort of building up in the dung. So I'll be moving over to a bit more of a fresher patch. But yeah, that's that you can see a lot of that around at the moment, and that'll definitely break down, help the soil structure as well, which is really positive.
Yeah, and of course the dung beetles, which will be burrowing their way into both the dung of these Exmoors, but also in particular the dung of the White Park, which is where we're off to next. One of the things we've got to think about here is moving the stock around, because we don't want to overgraze, we don't want to undergraze. How do you manage that, Ben?
Yeah, just knowing exactly how long they've been in here for.
Yeah.
So the Exmoors have been in here since they've arrived, sort of May time, and then the White Park have been in here for 3 weeks just after the TB test. So what we'll probably do is we'll probably wrangle up all the White Park, shove them over to sort of behind us. We'll let them graze off those fields. We'll let them get it a little bit shorter. We'll probably then move them off again, and then that sort of got all the really long grass grazed off. But then we can then put the horses on afterwards, just to get that a little bit shorter. We just don't want the horses.
It's like with your lawnmower, you've got different settings, haven't you? It's how low you want to go. Yeah. Cattle first, gets off the higher level stuff. Bring in the horses, it munches it down to the ground. Can you tell the difference between a piece of grass that's been chomped by a horse versus a cow?
Yeah, like only slightly, but you can sort of see where it's being ripped. That's more cattle, because they're wrapping their tongue around and just ripping and tearing. Where horses have got that sort of top set of teeth as well, so they can sort of bite down, so they'll get it even shorter.
Doesn't look that tasty to me, so I'm going to put it back. We've come up to Coltley now, where we've got the White Park cattle behind us. I'm always a little nervous when I get too close to them because they've got these long horns. Ben, how are you feeling?
I feel like I could outrun a cow at the moment.
You could outrun a cow. I've noticed there's this lovely little fence here, so if anybody gets too close, we can just jump in there, don't you think? These are magnificent cattle. They are performing the job of the aurochs in the countryside here, which is to say that they would be moving around in herds, grazing fields and moving on. And obviously we don't have aurochs today. We have, for the most part across the British countryside, a lot of domesticated European cattle, but White Park have been in the British Isles for thousands of years. There's only about 1,000 of them in the whole country, so they are a rare breed. Ben, what are they doing for the ecology?
Yeah, it's pretty much similar to the Exmoors really, but these guys they're probably harder grazing as there's more of them. So we don't like them being in here for a long period of time just because they have too much of an effect. They'll get everything too short. So we want to try and keep them over here for a bit, and then we'll move them away. But yeah, these are pretty much they're doing a lot of browsing. So now sort of coming into winter, we'll see a lot more browsing. Ripping off the hedgerows as well. So
browsing, they're going to be going for brambles, they're going to be going for gorse and nettle and all those kind of things that maybe pickier eaters at different times of year wouldn't have to worry about. Yeah. The other contribution that they make, so they're obviously extracting nutrients from the grass, but they're also making deposits, very important deposits. Tell us about their dung.
Yeah, so we can definitely see a lot of dung beetles in there, so it's sort of very, very good. You can sort of see a lot of life in there and activity in there, which is really positive. So as they go across the whole part of the rest of the rewilding at Coltley here, they're going to be depositing all that goodness and all that nutrients that are taken up here, putting it from different places as well. And
also a critical part, it's the nutrients that are being dispersed, but it's also seeds.
Yeah.
Because as they're munching, they're absorbing seeds from different plant species, and then those seeds are being dispersed. That's another function. It's an absolutely symbiotic relationship between the two. The vegetation needs the herbivores need the vegetation. We're here at Holeacre in the middle of the beaver enclosure. It's the last animal on our tour today because unless some deer come out, we probably won't see them. No. But this is where the beavers, Woody and Twiggy, world famous they are.
They are. Yeah.
Live and reside, and they have this wetland behind them, which they have helped to create with their damming, with their creation of canals, with all of the stripping of the trees. They've brought down numerous trees. It's quite an extraordinary piece of engineering. Ben, that is what beavers are here to do. They're called ecosystem engineers. Why is that?
They've got a method in their head that they know exactly what they're doing. They've got a purpose for everything. The amount of material and everything that they shift is unbelievable. So it's one of those nice things when you do see them moving and doing all this work. It's quite incredible to see just that's animal is doing it and creating it for benefiting everything. It's not just one thing. They benefit everything.
Because they're creating a pond, they're creating a wetland. That's providing habitat for invertebrates, that's providing habitat for fish, and then of course you've got the birds that come and feast on all of those. So here we have a fenced perimeter that runs the whole way round. At each end we've got grills on the stream So in theory, the beavers can't escape, but they do, don't they, Ben?
They do if they really want to. Yeah, especially coming into winter now, we've got all this leaf litter, all this vegetation that's on the ground. When we have a lot of rain, it always tends to follow the stream down and then it just blocks up the grill. So yeah, so it's a forever task of unblocking the grills.
I'm afraid it's a day's work, isn't it? Clearing out that grill,
just clearing out the grill,
repairing,
yeah,
and
also trees as well falling on the fencing. So
yeah,
they're very clever, quick learners.
There's a
as
lot to do. Look at this tree here. I mean, it's an astonishingly tall poplar, is it?
Yeah.
And it's probably 30 metres high, something like that.
I'd say so, yeah, just on the look, yeah.
And look what they've done. I mean, this hasn't got long to go, has it? It's not going to live. I mean, the tree is dead.
Oh, it's surprising how long they'll last. It's like with the one that was across the pond. I mean, that's been hanging on for the last half a year.
Yeah.
So I think this one will take a very long time till it actually comes down. But when it
well,
does,
they'll have to get round. But
when it does, it's going to make a big crash.
It sure is. It's going to bring some other trees with it.
Yeah.
I notice we've got some apples here.
Yes.
Ben,
yeah.
These are beaver treats, aren't they?
Yeah, it's just nice that you can chuck them around, and then it's just a little bit reassuring that you know that they're out and about and you're still seeing them on the camera, which is another way that we have to check them as well. So we can't visually check them like we can with all the other animals, and we have to do all the checking with sort of by night and with the trail cameras as well, just to see what.
And you've now got a new thermal imaging camera.
Yes. Yeah.
How's that going?
It's very handy. It's very detailed. You can see a lot of their activities. We've got some good videos of close-ups. Also one trying to scale the gate, which
that's impressive, isn't it?
Very impressive.
He clearly, I think it's Woody, we'll have to assume,
yeah.
Wanting to scale the gate and make his way out. But in the meantime, as long as we give them enough apples, we think they'll probably stay here. We're up at Coltley today, surrounded by cattle, but we're here to see a special new member of the Mapperton family because a foal has been born. When was she born? Or who?
Last night or early this morning.
Wow.
Yeah, it was nice to come around and check and sort of had a bit of a head count, and same as last time, it was a bit like it was hiding behind mum. Oh, there they go.
Oh, look.
And then she's just keeping her safe, but yeah, she's following on. So yeah, nice little surprise.
Look at the baby foal. So doing the calculations, does this mean that the new foal was conceived at Mapperton?
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
totally conceived at Mapperton.
Yeah, I'd say just probably just about conceived at Mapperton. Yeah, so it's looking very good. So we haven't actually got too close to it yet, so we don't know if it's colt or filly.
Yeah.
But hopefully it's a filly. It just makes things a little bit easier.
And what's so brilliant here today is that we're at Coltley and all the animals are together.
Yeah, you've got Albie.
We've got Albie the bull who's up over there. We've got all of the horses, the ponies, just looking very relaxed. And where are the pigs?
Pigs are right over the top.
Right.
Yeah, right over up at the top of the hill. So they've all got the run together. So yesterday they were all in. All the animals together.
Yeah.
Which was nice to see because you actually haven't seen all the animals together so far, have we?
And all getting on.
Yeah, I mean the ponies don't take too much interest in it. I don't think they're not massive keen on the pigs, but
right.
Yeah, but it's nice just to see the foal.
Look at her. She seems really well. But of course today is also slightly tinged with sadness because on the one hand we have new life, on the other hand, alas, we lost an animal.
We lost Onion at the weekend, which was a bit.
So Sage and Onion, you may remember, Sage is still with us, who is the mother of the piglets.
That's it, yeah.
But Onion, alas, has met her demise. And what do we think happened, Ben?
It's very strange, really. I know we're getting a bit of cold weather, but that's they've got bedding, we're feeding them every day, so that
that shouldn't be the case. But yeah, I think it was either sort of a bit of a heart attack or there's something else gone on that we didn't fully know about. But she was sort of 8 years old as well, so she's sort of getting on in a bit. I know she had sort of a dramatic change from where they were to coming here and what they're doing. So their roles have sort of changed quite a lot. So I don't know whether that's just a bit of a shock to the system. But yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it, I suppose?
It's incredibly sad. The piglets are thriving. Now, if it looks like we're looking slightly nervously to our right, then that is true, because Albie the bull is right here next to us. And even though he's very gentle and is enjoying a good munch, you know, you just don't want to get too close, do you, Ben? We might head on back.
Yeah, head on back.
Yeah, great.
Cool.
It's another wet, blustery day at Mapperton.
Another one.
Can you think of any that haven't been?
No.
No.
It's been raining ever since October for me.
About sort of like 4 years of continuous rain.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah. So before we get totally soaked, we've got a bit of a job to do. And we are out today on a field that is about, I don't know, half a mile from the house. It's a field towards the edge of the estate, and it is part of the Rewilding project here at Mapperton, known as Mapperton Wildlands. And you can see that this land is already looking pretty wild. I mean, there's quite a lot of thistle coming through.
Yeah.
And it's an area that we are returning to nature, but we've decided on this project that we are going to give nature a bit of a helping hand, a bit of a kickstart to get things going. And one of the reasons for that is deer.
Yeah.
Deer are an immense problem at Mapperton, and we recently did a survey of the whole estate to work out how many deer there are, and we established that there are over 30 deer per square kilometre. Now, to put that into perspective, we think that in order for there to be a natural population of deer, in other words, if there were wolves and bears and other creatures, including man, maintaining a healthy population, there might only be about 5 or so per square kilometre, and that is also the number that one wants to have in order to have natural regeneration of trees. These poor little saplings, they take root and then immediately they appear above the surface of the soil. They are munched. So, Ben, what are we doing today to combat that?
So we've already got some 2 metre established trees. So we've randomly located at certain areas where we've got random places where we'll be putting some trees. So we've got we've also the volunteers have already planted some maple today, and then now we're going to be doing some oak as well.
Usually we are putting these trees into what's called an exclosure, sometimes known as a coop or a co-op, depending on your pronunciation.
Yeah, we still got to put this one in today. So yeah, we literally just finished with the volunteers. So we just thought we'd just
you've left one for me.
Yeah, we left one for you.
Yeah, excellent.
So we just put some soil over it, just to keep all the roots nice and moist and damp. So
it's a terrible admission, but I don't think I have planted a kind of ceremonial tree once before, but I don't think I planted a tree at Mapperton.
Oh, really?
Which makes me sound like I'm not in touch with the soil, but today I will be. Look at this lovely soil. So Ben, teach me how to plant an oak tree.
So what we're going to do is we're going to have to sort of backfill. So we're going to have to pick through quite a lot of all these stones because we don't want too many stones. So that's just going to affect all the roots. So we're going to have to backfill a lot of the soil in.
I see.
Take out all the big stones. The little finer stones like this is okay. We just don't want these really big chunks. What we are finding as well that there's quite a lot of fossils as well in here.
Are there?
Yeah.
So we might find a fossil.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
So we found a couple of the volunteers today. So.
Planting trees and finding fossils at the same time. What can be more fun?
Get a shovel.
And at what point does the tree go in? Can I lift it up, or am I going to break it?
Yeah, go and lift it up. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're just doing it just to keep all the roots all nice and damp.
Look at that.
So
there is our oak.
Yeah.
Gosh. And obviously its roots are not very long at this stage, are they?
I think they've taken where we've got them from. They've sort of taken the taproot quite close. But it should be, they should be fine.
I mean, there's a lot of lovely young roots in there. Look at that
coming through. So what we'll do is we'll backfill everything back in, and then we'll get to a certain point. We'll probably go, probably about sort of that much, and then we'll put it in, because what we don't want to sort of fill it up with soil up to there. We sort of really want to keep it quite short up to there.
And then hopefully this oak will quite literally take root.
Yeah.
And be with us for another 400 years.
Hopefully we'll definitely see something. We'll see it sort of leaf out in the summer. So.
We won't see it in 400 years.
We won't see it in 400 years' time. We'll look down on it.
We'll look
so
down
I did that.
We'll be sitting on a cloud up there, spotting it. Right, okay, Ben, let's get to work.
Perfect.
Now, if you stand in there, I'll feel bad about throwing stones.
Nah, don't worry about that.
Not that bad.
Not that bad. No, that's all right.
Oh my God. Right, the moment after all that exercise has arrived where we can put the tree in. So now the lazier job here is to be the holder of the tree, and the more active job is to be the filler. Ben, I'm going to make you the holder.
Sure, we should have Chris the holder, shouldn't we?
That's true. Chris, fancy holding? I don't think he can. Looks like too much hard work. So I'll start doing some filling around that.
Yeah.
And see where we get to.
I'll sort of compact it as you go.
Right. Ben, are you happy?
Yeah, no.
Is that all good enough?
Yeah, that's all good. Yeah.
Excellent.
Really good.
One tree down.
One tree down, like another, was it?
1,500 to go.
About that.
Yeah, we've got our work cut out for us.
That's it.
This is a crime scene. Look at what's happened here. It's been absolutely decimated. And but we know who the criminals are, and they are the pigs. The pigs escaped from Coltley, and they came down and they have rootled everything here. Of course, it's not a crime scene at all. We're absolutely delighted that they're rootling. In fact, we're quite interested in why they have chosen to rootle here, because they have come back here twice to the exact same spot. And it leads me to think, I mean, there might be sort of pig nuts in here that they're going for, but look how they've just torn everything up. I mean, it is wonderful. You see why these Tamworth pigs are referred to as nature's plough. But it's also quite interesting that they've chosen a spot next to these two oak trees. And what would be really fun would be if we found a nice large truffle. Now, we've done an episode on truffle hunting before at Mapperton, and we were successful. My goodness, the truffle was absolutely delicious, and I would really like some more. So if we can train these pigs to be truffle hunters, I'd be quite delighted. But I'm not seeing any truffle here, and I think you've got to dig down a little bit further. So anyway, there it is, all laid bare, and we hope they won't get out and do much more of this, because there's supposed to be a gnat field over there. Now today it's my turn to do the animal checks, and I have to say I'm doing really badly. I've got to find the cattle, the ponies and the pigs. Well, the pigs have escaped and we've absolutely no idea where they are. They won't have gone far, and usually they find their way back in again. So no pigs and ponies. Now the ponies are usually here. In fact, here is some pony dung. So we have evidence that a pony has been here. And in fact, this is all looking quite flat and as though they've been lying down recently. And I'm hoping that over the brow of this hill, we're going to see nothing at all. Oh, good grief. I think I've spotted something. They're not exactly rushing towards me. I was beginning to think that I'm a pretty hopeless stockman and that I wasn't going to find any animals. But I think if we found ponies, I'm starting to feel slightly better about my capabilities. The cattle, I know I can always find the cattle because they've got GPS collars on them. So that's not difficult. And look, there they are, aren't they magnificent? Right, we can tick those ones off, Chris, and head back and continue the search for the pigs. Right, the ponies we found, the pigs we haven't found, but here are the cattle. 27, 28, I thought there were only 26. There are 28, in which case they are all accounted for. And we can report back that we have done our animal check, and Ben will, I think, be pleased with that, even though we've lost the pigs.